Do you ever feel trapped between two very real fears? On one hand, the terrifying thought of becoming frail, of losing your independence, or being unable to get up off the floor. On the other hand, the sharp, grinding pain in your knees or the knot of anxiety in your gut when you think about lifting heavy weights like you used to. We've been brainwashed by the fitness industry into believing the heavy barbell squat is the fountain of youth. But what if, as we get older, the king of exercises is actually a tyrant, one that's crushing our joints and failing to deliver the functional strength we actually need? It's frustrating and demoralizing to feel like your only options are risking injury or accepting decline. Today, we are dismantling that myth. We're going to expose the hard truth about why heavy barbell squats are often a waste of time and potentially dangerous for seniors. We'll dissect the physiological reasons why traditional squats fail aging joints, and more importantly, I'm going to show you the specific joint-friendly movements that build real-world strength, improve balance, and keep you active and pain-free. Before we jump into the exercises, remember, I am a trainer, not a doctor. Always consult your physician before starting a new routine, especially if you have a history of spinal or joint issues. Safety is always our first priority. First, let's acknowledge a critical reality. As we age, we face two significant threats: sarcopenia, which is the gradual loss of muscle mass, and dynapenia, the loss of muscle strength. These aren't just cosmetic issues. They are directly linked to frailty, increased fall risk, and metabolic decline. Resistance training is the most potent tool we have to fight this. So you absolutely must lift weights. But how you lift weights changes everything. The go heavy or go home mentality is toxic, especially after 60. The traditional heavy barbell squat is a highly technical, demanding exercise. It was popularized in strength sports, but applying it universally ignores the reality of the aging body. Your body at 60 is physiologically different than it was at 25. This isn't about attitude, it's about biology. Spinal discs lose hydration and elasticity, becoming less effective shock absorbers. Cartilage in the knees and hips naturally thin. We lose mobility in critical areas like the ankles and thoracic spine. Seriously. Now, consider the barbell back squat. You are taking a heavy load and placing it directly across your upper back. This creates significant axial loading, compressing your spine from top to bottom. Subjecting those already compromised discs to this pressure significantly increases the risk of herniation, nerve impingement, and chronic lower back pain. Furthermore, to perform a heavy squat safely, you need excellent mobility. If you lack flexibility in your ankles or hips, which most of us do, your body will compensate. Usually, this means leaning too far forward, transferring the load from your powerful leg muscles straight onto your vulnerable lower back. Or your knees cave inward, placing immense shearing forces on the ligaments. The risk-reward ratio simply doesn't make sense. There's another factor that's often ignored: central nervous system fatigue. Heavy lifting places a massive demand on your CNS, the electrical system controlling your muscles. As we age, our capacity to recover from this fatigue diminishes. A brutal squat session might take a week for a senior to truly recover from neurologically. If you're constantly redlining your system, you're not building strength. You're just digging a deeper recovery hole. But here's the biggest issue. Heavy bilateral squats often don't translate to the real world. When in your daily life do you need to lift 300 pounds symmetrically? Almost never. Life happens on one leg at a time. Walking, climbing stairs, stepping over an obstacle, these require balance, coordination, and stability, not just brute force. Heavy squats can also mask strength imbalances between your legs, which is a primary driver of falls. We need to shift our focus from ego lifting to intelligent, functional training. So, if heavy barbell squats are out, well, what should we be doing? We prioritize movements that provide the maximum effective dose, the most benefit with the least joint stress. This is where unilateral training, or working one leg at a time, changes the game. The first movement pattern we must master is the fundamental ability to sit down and stand up.
If this is already challenging, your starting point is the box squat or chair squat. Simply sit down onto a sturdy chair of appropriate height and stand up without using your hands. This is the most critical movement for maintaining independence. You can gradually make it harder by lowering the height of the chair or holding a small weight. Once you've mastered that, the best way to load the squat pattern is the goblet squat. Instead of putting a bar on your back, you hold a single dumbbell or kettlebell tight against your chest. This anterior loading changes the mechanics entirely. The weight acts as a counterbalance, allowing you to maintain a much more upright posture, drastically reducing the strain on your lower back. It forces your core to engage intensely, and it's self-limiting. You can't lift more than your core can stabilize, providing a built-in safety mechanism. Next, we move to the true game changer for functional strength, the split squat. You start in a staggered stance, lower your body straight down, and then drive straight back up. Why is this superior to a barbell squat? First, it drastically reduces spinal compression. You can create an intense training stimulus using much lighter weights or even just body weight. Second, it builds incredible balance and hip stability. This is anti-fall training at its finest. Normally, it corrects those imbalances we talked about by forcing each leg to work independently. If you need more challenge, elevate your back foot onto a bench. This is the Bulgarian split squat. It is arguably one of the most effective and humbling leg exercises in existence, yet it feels much better on your hips and back. Calmly, we also need movements that directly mimic daily activities. The step up is profoundly effective. Find a sturdy box or use the stairs in your home. Step up using the strength of the elevated leg, trying not to push off the back foot. This perfectly mimics climbing stairs. The key is control. Don't just slam your foot down on the way back. Lower yourself slowly. This eccentric control is vital for joint health. Finally, we cannot forget the posterior chain, the glutes and hamstrings. These are the key to protecting your lower back. Instead of heavy squats, focus on the glute bridge. Lying on your back with your knees bent, you press your hips up towards the ceiling, squeezing your glutes intensely, building hip extension strength essential for walking and standing with zero spinal compression. Integrating these movements, chair squats, goblet squats, split squats, step-ups, and glute bridges, creates a comprehensive lower body program vastly superior to just hammering away at heavy barbell squats. You're reducing joint wear and tear, improving balance, and building strength that directly translates to your daily life. The mindset shift here is crucial. Stop chasing weight and start chasing quality and control. Instead of grinding out 5 shaky reps with a heavy barbell, focus on 12 controlled reps of a split squat, taking 3 seconds to lower yourself. This increases time under tension, a powerful stimulus for muscle growth that is much kinder to your joints. The goal is longevity. It requires letting go of outdated fitness dogma. Training smart doesn't mean training easy. It means training effectively, ensuring that the exercise you do today enhances your life tomorrow rather than compromising it.